Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bayou Ballers podcast. After a long hiatus in the summer, we are all football is almost back. I'm your host, Tay Visuals. Got my co-host over there, Trey. How you doing, brother?
Man, doing good, man. Like you was officially back.
Mhm.
College football kicked off last weekend. NFL is about to kick off next week, so got to get to it, bro.
Yes, it is back. Summer is almost over, and with that being said, we're going to get into some of these Saints topics because, like you said, we've been gone. And a lot has happened with the Saints. We have a new starting quarterback. Well, not really new, but we have a starting quarterback. And the Rattlesnake has won the job over training camp and the preseason. He beat Tyler Shuck out, our second round, our latest second round pick. And I've been seeing you on Twitter going back and forth with some people because a lot of people think
Mm-hmm.
since we invested early in the second round to get
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Shuck, that would automatic implemented him as he's the starting quarterback. At least he was gonna at least get the head start because this is telling more first
Mm-hmm.
draft pick, your client as you call him. And
Yeah, yeah, my client.
so what's your thoughts on Spencer beating out Shuck? And just tell us a little bit about what you saw in the preseason from these two quarterbacks. And my internet's a little
Yeah,
choppy
I
also.
mean, it's something that at least I expected. Even when Tyler Shuck was drafted, it was kind of like, look, man, like if they actually do have go to a competition, I think, excuse me, Spencer Rattler has kind of the skill set. They'll at least give him the edge early to where week one you feel more comfortable putting them out there. A year under his belt, I think has some of the same type of traits that Kellen Moore looks for in a quarterback in terms of the pass.
Mm-hmm.
Shuck, I think, is a little bit more of an athlete and obviously a bigger body, being 6'5". So maybe fits a little bit more of the prototype of some of the guys you've seen Kellen Moore coach like Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, kind of big stocky guys. So it was good. I think it was a good battle.
Mm-hmm.
I think kind of going into preseason, I think both guys showed certain flashes in terms of their ability and what they can do really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
The thing for me is I try to look beyond the stats because
Right.
it's hard to judge the quarterback competition based on that because it's preseason. It's going to be different personnel groups you playing with, different groups you're playing against. Then we don't know. You like just like in practice, you might go into that week saying we want to focus on this kind of early on. And like I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you noticed it, but I think if you saw like how they performed with each of the starting quarterbacks, I felt like each quarterback that started the game, it was more like game in the quick pass game, and then in the second half they wanted to open it up,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of seemed like whether it was Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shuck, they seemed to do much better in terms of opening up the field when they were going up against twos and the threes and things like that. So um, I don't know, man. I saw good backs. Like I'm not expecting them to come out looking like Drew Brees. And not even expecting them to look like Jaden Daniels, right? Like
Okay.
we talking about a fifth round pick in Spencer Rattler and a second round pick in Tyler Shuck.
Mm-hmm.
If you expect them to be looking lights out, I think you just got to temper your expectations and maybe you might enjoy the process a little bit more. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but to your point, when you were kind of saying like how I've been going back and forth with people, really it's just been trying to get people to understand that second round picks for via position in terms of value. And like the
Right.
numbers show when you draft a quarterback outside the first round, the likelihood of them being like legit goes from mid level to all the way just one. If
I
you draft,
don't know.
it,
I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi, yours a little bit true, but you're a little choppy. You're going like a little in and out when you're talking. I
sorry,
don't know if that's me or your
it could
Wi-Fi.
be mine. It could be mine is
Yeah,
bad.
you
Look
was
crazy
a
the
little
past few days.
blurry as well too. You a little better now, but
Okay,
continue. My bad.
better now.
Hmm.
Better now.
Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
Okay. But like I said that somebody looked at over the past 50 years since 1970, 44% of the quarterbacks drafted in the first round made the Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The discrepancy.
Yeah, you still try dropping out and coming back in, Trey.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, y'all, but while Trey drop out down, drop back in. We basically just talking about how Spencer won the job and how fans been basically expected Tyler Shuck to be the starter because we the Saints have been big. Saints fans have been begging for us to get a quarterback. Pick a route. Stop going the Andy Dalton, the Jameis Winston route, the Derek Carr route, and just start over and get a young quarterback. And we finally drafted one with Shuck. Not the guy most of the fan base wanted, I should say, but with us drafting him, a lot of people expected him to start over Rattler, but I think he just hasn't shown at least a wide enough gap to get that start in. You always can go to Tyler Shuck during the season if Spencer Rattler's playing bad. Now, granted, Tyler Shuck is the oldest quarterback that came out of the draft. I think, what is he, 25, 26? So I would at least expected him to beat Rattler out or be more pro ready. But Rattler has been in the league for a year. He's got some starts under his belt. And I expected Rattler to win this job, but I can see people, and that's true, dropping back in.
Sure. Is it better on my phone?
Yeah, it's definitely way better. You way
okay.
Too. Yeah, so I was basically just saying how I kind of expected Rattler to win this job, but I can see the perspective where people expect Tyler Shuck to come in and win the job because once again, he is the oldest quarterback. What's he, 25, 26? So
he's gonna be 26. He's gonna be 26 for sure.
Yeah, so I don't think he gets that leeway that these other young quarterbacks get. Excuse me, y'all. That these young quarterbacks are getting, who's coming in like your guy Jalen Milroe, even Cam Wall. We know he's the definite starter, but still he's younger. Shador's younger. Jackson Dart's younger. So I don't think, and Tyler Shuck came in literally for a QB battle to start. Those other quarterbacks didn't come in fight for QB1. They came in fighting for QB2 and 3. And Cam, in his case, he's just one. He's not fighting for nothing. But Shuck came in with he came in with an obvious, like, you literally can start week 1. And he just didn't beat Rattler out. He just wasn't consistent enough throughout the preseason and training camp as the reports came out. And I don't know, how would you look at that? Would you look at that as disappointing?
You know what? I wouldn't look at it as disappointing in the sense of, I think I find it gives me more excitement about Spencer Rattler than anything than it does not feeling good about Tyler Shuck. We knew we were going to need a quarterback eventually, and you weren't just going to give the job to Spencer Rattler either. So I think bringing in a quarterback that at least, Tyler Shuck still has some growing pains, but I think he still looked a lot better than some of the other rookie preseason. And so I would argue that the scouting department at least got that part right of he's a little bit more better off in the development process to where we can have him competing for the starting job as opposed to a Jalen Milroe still has a ways to go as a passer. Would be perfect if you have a veteran quarterback, starting and you want to sit him a little bit, right? Like they're doing in Seattle. Shador Sanders, really good processor, but you see our offensive line, right? You see how Shador Sanders is handling pressure, right? He got sacked 5 times in the preseason finale for the Browns, and he's not as mobile, right? Or big on.
Granted, he was playing with people who are going to be working at your local Walmart tomorrow.
But hey, we had Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck out there at times with the same level of talent on the offensive line.
And it's really disappointing that with our whole offensive line is all first round picks, and we just can't get it together consistently, except for Eric McCoy. And he's the best offensive lineman, and he's not the first round pick. This
Right, for
is
sure.
ridiculous. Like, and mind you, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with our guards, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Our tackles, they're fine. They're
They're good.
young and they're good. But the inside, that's why we can't run the ball. Our guards, man, we can't run the ball the last few years. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why our offense can't score points, really, because we're not that explosive in the offense. Matter of fact, we got to be getting into the Saints now. Finish the point about the
No, no,
QBs.
no. It's just that, like, to the point of, like, I'm not disappointed that Tyler Shuck didn't win the job. I kind of felt like it was going to be a competition, and I felt like Spencer Rattler was going to end up winning the competition. And I think,
Yeah,
honestly, the people that are upset the most are people that assume that because Tyler Shuck got drafted in the second round, he was going to be handed the job.
yeah.
And not too many of those handed opportunities occur in the NFL, especially if you're a second round pick. Like,
Yes, especially for a second round pick. Yep.
and I said on one of my pods probably a few weeks ago of you got to think about who's the person making the decision, right? You're talking about Kellen Moore, who left college football with the most wins and still has the most wins of any college football quarterback in the history of the game.
Mm-hmm.
He was, I think, a fourth or fifth round pick for the Lions. But guess what? They also drafted Matthew Stafford. You think he got a fair shake in practice? Hell no. Goes to Dallas. They have Tony Romo and they drafted Dak Prescott. You think he probably got a fair shake? No. So having that experience, a guy that comes into the league with that expertise, I think had you put him on a lie detector test and said, hey, do you think you could have beat out Matthew Stafford? We probably gonna say hell no. But if you ask him, like, yeah, if you let me throw to Calvin Johnson, I look good too. So,
Mm-hmm.
him not being in his position, he wasn't just going. And I didn't think he was going to just hand a job to somebody. He was going to try to, give him some incentives, probably give him some more opportunities to seize the job, which I think they did. Obviously, starting Tyler Shuck with our two top receivers first, and
Right.
he just didn't separate. And I think that's okay. Like, I think we got two young quarterbacks on the roster. I guess technically Jake Hayner's on the back on the practice squad. But you got two young quarterbacks, and it's what we wanted. Like, we wanted, like, weren't you like Trevor Run? Weren't you tired of the stop gaps of veteran quarterbacks like Derek,
Oh, bruh,
James Winston, and
that's crazy. You're repeating Eric. You're repeating what I just said when you dropped out. I said people
uh-huh.
were tired of Andy Dalton, the James Winston, the Derek Carrs. We wanted to see a new quarterback as long as they
Mm-hmm.
were young. We wanted to see a young face, and we wanted to see Mickey Loomis basically say, all right, we're gonna try to find our next quarterback. Not trying to find a Drew Brees lookalike and try to fill him in and run the same offense and the same thing you did with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Let's start it all over, get a new system in here. You got Kellen Moore. We appreciate the offensive mind. Which takes me
Mm-hmm.
to this. I'm gonna ask you what is your expectations for the Saints first, and then we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get into the schedule and talk about the predictions. Me and your predictions. But I think what did you predict last year? Because I think we was a game apart. You had one more game higher. Obviously, we both
I
failed.
think I was at 9-8. I think he was at 10-7. But I think we both had the Saints
Yeah,
winning the
yeah. We
division.
probably was like a 1 game variance, but we was
Yeah.
10-9, and that was optimistic for us at that time.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we both
That was
failed.
ceiling. Yeah.
We didn't see all the injuries happen. Uh, I think
Right.
me and
That's
you
right.
both honestly could say that if the Saints were healthy, I think they could have got 9 or 10 wins with a healthy team. Now, everybody doesn't have to be healthy, the whole team, but the way that injury bug hit the Saints last year was horrible. So I think if they would have been at least 85% healthy, they could have got 9 or 10 wins. But
Yeah.
we'll never know. So, what's your expectations for the Saints this year, Trey?
Bruh, I just really want to be fun. Like, I just want to enjoy being a Saints fan again. Like, look,
Mm-hmm.
if we only win 4, 5 games or whatever. Like, I want to have fun. I want to development. I want to see young guys play. That's why we are really excited about the quarterback position. About some 32-year-old trying to come in who we know gonna win games, but ain't the long-term answer,
Right.
and it's just putting us in the same hole, right? So I'm happy what we're doing with backs, get more explosive with the youth. I want to see these 2 bookend tackles we got. Like,
Yes. Yes.
they've been looking up for. I want to see that. I want to see if some of these young guys that came in this class, like a Torricelli Simpkins, can finally help us get rid of Cesar Ruiz.
Oh,
Deep
yes.
defense, Jonas Senka,
Danny
Vernon Broughton,
Strutson.
Kool-Aid. Like, bro, I just want to see the young guys. Damn, yeah, you said Danny, the young guys play and be like, all right, this probably somebody that's phase when we trying to get back to winning. Like, I ain't really caring about wins and losses as much. I think we probably gonna be. I'm not in the we gonna be a top 3 or 5 pick phase. Like, I just don't think so. Like, I think the Saints again when healthy to probably make the playoffs win this division. But because we know we're not gonna stay healthy, we know what they're doing, auctioning. Uh, I think we probably gonna, like I'm
Don't
saying
hey,
6,
don't
7
give
wins.
the don't. Oh man, I was trying to say
Okay.
don't give the wins out.
Wait,
Wait until we
my
get the
bad, my bad.
prediction.
But I mean,
You're good.
that
You're
ain't gonna be
good.
my
You're good.
prediction. When we go by the schedule, that I'm gonna have more than that. But just,
That's the
but
realistic.
like I said, my expectation is be fun, bro. Be fun, and like if we bad, we bad. But we want to be bad, seeing some of these young guys get some development, as opposed to being bad, but trying to force some of these old guys, Cam Jordan, on the field all the time. Like, we ain't trying to. That's the only
All right.
expectation. Have fun.
Okay. With that being said, we're gonna get into this schedule.
Yeah, no, you gotta tell me your expectations. What you
My
want? What's gonna make you feel good about the Saints this year? Just watching. What's gonna make you feel good as far as expectations?
Obviously if Rattler or Shuck shows they
Mhm.
can be our quarterback of the future. What my
Okay.
If Rattler plays the whole season, then that looks great for me. I think that's great because he showed that he held the job down. He didn't I mean we had some wins, some unexpected wins, and he played well. We didn't lose because of him. That's what I want to see. I,
Okay.
Obviously he's gonna make mistakes. He's a gunslinger. He was a gunslinger in college. We'll see if that still continues
Mhm.
now that he has this whole. Now that he know he's the starter, he can make some more free mistakes and throw the ball freely. So if we see we have a quarterback of the future, or at least it don't got to be 10, 12 years. Show me something where we can be like, all right, we can give you another season. Um, and I want to see transitioning from our old players. I want to see the
Okay.
next linebacker. I want to see Strutzman fill in for Davis. We got a young secondary, super young secondary right now. I want to see a number 1 corner emerge.
Okay.
One of them have to emerge, and then hopefully it's your guy Kool-Aid, who we invested another second round pick in. That's another second round pick who
Yeah.
got to show up this year. That's what I want to see. I want to see some standout guys at certain positions. Like I said, the wins ain't important to me. I'm gonna hate us losing, especially the close
Right.
ones where I feel like, oh damn, because damn, we had it. Just that we had one more little piece here, one more there. But let's be competitive. Let's not go out there and get blown out because
Mm-hmm.
that'll get a coach fired real quick. I don't care how new he is. That'll get a coach fired if you get blown out left and right. But let's see some standout players. Let's hope we hit on some of this draft class because our 2023 draft class was horrible. And that's what I'm looking to see right now. Quarterback.
Yeah. Y'all, he also looking forward to seeing Kendrick Miller finally be healthy, rush for 1,000 yards, get like
Hey.
30 touchdowns, so we can be like, Frank, I told you to be my boy.
Say, I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm looking. You know what I said? Transition. I was about to say transition Kamara out with Miller and Devin Neal and Baylor Jones, but it's okay. You know, look, Kamara might be a lifer here. If we super suck, I can't see a Kamara trade though. I've been asking for this for the last 1 or 2 years, but I might see it this year.
Mhm.
I can't see Kamara being
You
a
might.
guy who get traded if Kendrick, Devin Neal, and Baylor Jones. Because we super young after him. After Kamara, we all young guys. So I can't see him being traded if those guys show something because there's no need for him if we're going to be losing. He got a high contract
Yeah.
anyway. Save some money, get him out of here, get him to a contender. Maybe he can go help somebody win a Super Bowl, kind of like Saquon, kind of like McCaffrey. boost a team offense like that. But that's what I'm looking for. But let's get to the schedule now.
All right.
And y'all tell us what y'all looking for this year. And I just want to say this. Oh, one more thing, brother. Sacks. I'm looking for sacks, not almost sacks, not pressures. I'm looking for sacks, Trey. If y'all watched this show last year,
Man, say looking for sacks like it's crawfish season.
yes. If y'all watched this show last season when we were on and we did our predictions, Trey, no, my most skeptical group was the defensive line. And week in and week out, they did not show up. And that showed up with the run defense last year. I think it was last. And I was talking a lot about the pass.
I think so.
I was talking a lot about the pass rush, but they came out last year and said, you know what, Dante? I got something for you. We ain't gonna stop the run at all. So hopefully this year we can get some sacks and stop the run. But all right, let's finally get to the schedule. But I had to get that one off, True. That defensive line just man. All right, let's go, y'all. Let's pull the schedule up. Cam Jordan right here. That's your guy right there, Trey Cam Jordan. Saints Hall of Fame and Ring of Honor. He gonna be in there for sure. Let's start the first game. Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, September 7th, next week. All our games at noon. We don't have a primetime game this year. Still
Thank
like
God.
nothing. We don't have a Monday night, a Sunday night. They say get the Saints, whoever they play, just get them out the way early. Like even when we playing a good, I'm looking at the teams. Do we have a good? Like usually we at least have a Falcons as a primetime game, but God, who you got, man? Week one, Trey. Who you got against Cardinals?
Man, I got us. I got us week one. We usually do well in home open.
Okay.
Obviously, it's going to be a test, right? We're going to see how. I felt like our defense looked real fast in the preseason, especially when our ones got out there. Okay. So I want to see how against that little shortstop, Kyler Murray. If you can keep contained, he'll give us the. But I think we win week one. Week that Spencer Rattler gets his first career dub.
Okay, and I'll say this. Like you said, it's a good test. This will be a great test for our offensive line. Defensive line. I'm looking forward to see how they handle that shortstop, like you said. We know they're gonna run some RPOs. He's gonna get out in space. He's so small. He's gonna duck on it. You know he's gonna duck on us a couple sacks. I can see it now, and he can turn that play into a 20-yard, 30-yard rush, or a big play downfield if the corners don't stay attached. So Granderson, Young, Cam, all our please lock in and let's call Granderson. I need to call Granderson from 2 years ago. Chase Young, you had a great season last year, but you just didn't produce the sacks. You were high in everything else for defensive ends. You're outside linebacker now. Hopefully we can see double-digit sacks from them too, because I like those guys, but I don't like it too much if you're getting almost sacks. Finish the job. September 14th, Brock Purdy and the Niners. They're coming off a disappointing injury-riddled season as well last year. They were damn near as more injured as us last year. And they're looking to bounce back on my birthday. Who do you have this week, brother?
I want to pick the Saints, but I think out of respect for what San Francisco has been the past few years, and them kind of want to make a statement this year after dealing with the injuries that you said, I'm gonna go with San Fran in this one, picking up a road win against us. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think we're going to be in it, but I think their talent level will just do a little bit more. I think they have the better quarterback in the matchup. I think they have the better defensive players in the matchup. I would say, given Shanahan's experience as the better head coach in the matchup. So I think there's going to be a few plays here and there that turns the tables in their favor. So I'll go with them, but in like a 10-point game, they went by 10 points or something like that. But it's close most of the game.
And as well, y'all, appreciate you guys for coming in. We got 10 people in right now. Appreciate y'all for watching. As always, we'll be back 11 now since I said that. But we'll be back with our content each week with these Saints games. So, but I'll say this about the San Francisco game: their wide receivers are not that great. I don't know if Brandon Ayuk will be back by this game. Jawan Jennings is tussling for a new contract, well, a raise. And their first round pick, Ricky Pearsall, was injured last year, shot, if you're going to call that an injury. But and they don't have much on that outside position. McCaffrey, we don't know what he is going to be at coming off that knee injury. And George Kittle, a year older. I don't know. I think that'll be a good chess match for the young secondary of the Saints because 49ers wideouts aren't that great, and the Saints secondary isn't proven outside of Lante Taylor, and he's dealing with a groin. I think Taylor is a good cornerback. He's going to play that slot for us, but we'll see how Yedem and Kool-Aid hold up against the 49ers. But I think they can show a lot against that wide receiver group. We're staying in the NFC West the next week. Seattle, we facing Sam Darnold. He's trying to show that last year wasn't a fluke with Kevin O'Connell. He goes over there and replaces Geno Smith. What do you see this game going at?
Man, I'm going to go with the Saints in this one. I think it's going to be a real test for us, like first road game in a new era. We know the 12th man out there in Seattle. That's an amazing stadium and atmosphere. But I think we get a really good roll in here, and that helps with our confidence. I think that it's going to be led. I don't think it's going to be like our offense coming in there with a shootout. I think all is going to get issues. But I think our defense is going to make a few plays, get at Sam Darnold in better scoring position to kind of get a win with this one.
Let me ask you this. Not tending to the schedule. What do you think the Saints scoring offense will be at as an average around points? Because in the preseason, they settled a lot for field goals. Granted, all the first team wasn't there. Kamara barely was there anytime. But when they did get in the red zone, they did stall. A lot of people, like, of course, Kellen didn't open up the playbook all the way. The starters went there. But where do you see their points per game at? Because I don't know if the Saints can score enough points to win enough games.
I'm going to say about what standard is like 23, 24 points a game.
Yeah, I think
they'll probably somewhere around that.
Okay.
Like I'm comfortable saying that off top. Like they're not. Okay. I mean, if this offense come out scoring 30-something points a game, hell, I'm signing Kellen Moore to a lifetime contract right now.
Heard that. All right. You got the Saints at 2-1 right now, going up against the Buffalo Bills. I think everybody knows this.
Yeah.
We don't got to spend too much time on this game.
That's gonna be tough, man. The cross country travel alone, like that. You're going from Seattle all the way to New York, like Buffalo.
Yeah, that's two road games. Then we go right down the street to New York. Is that a home game? It's a road game?
That's a home game. We back home for the next two.
All right, back home for the Giants game. So we're coming all the way back down to the Big Easy. I went to the Giants game last year. It was a trash fest, but it got great in the fourth quarter. Last 5, the whole game was horrible. But the last 6, I should say, when Derek Carr went out, the game was great. Like I knew it. That's when he died for that first down. Like I'm not trying to say it was boring because of Derek Carr, but once he got injured and Rattler came in, it was like the Giants. Tommy DeVito woke up. All of the chants came from the Giants fan. It was a good experience, even though it was a bad game for the majority. But the fourth quarter was pretty interesting. Who do you have? Russell Wilson, Mr. Moonball. I know you call him man Sierra husband. What do you got?
Sierra.
We 2-2 now.
God, you talked about the Arizona game being a test for our D-line. This is going to be a test for our O-line. I mean, they got rushing the passer, plus you got Dexter Lawrence in the middle.
Brian Burns.
All I gotta praise that Eric McCoy don't get hurt in these first games, bro. But we at home again. I'm under the assumption that we are healthy. I'm gonna go with the Saints in this one. Um,
Uh,
well, I do think the Giants are going to be a much better team than they were a season ago. Ready to. I don't think they're going to have it all together 5 weeks into the year in terms of dealing with a new quarterback,
mhm.
trying to get some of these skill positions. Like we know what Malik Neighbors is, right? But we don't know who the next wide receiver next to him is. So I think they still have a little bit of a limited offense. They have a slight offensive line too. And so I think we'll be able to. It's gonna be a disgusting game just like last year's was.
Mhm.
Probably coming down to a field goal or something in my mind, but I'll take the Saints with that one.
Um, I think I think that Giants game is going to be interesting. They
Mm-hmm.
have the guy from is it Texas or Tennessee? Um, neighboring Malik neighbors. Jalen Wyatt is it Tennessee, right? He played at
Yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah, Jalen High. Yeah, he went to Tennessee. Yeah,
Yeah, Hyatt, Jalen Hyatt. I said Wyatt. I'm sorry. I know he's a speedster. I think he ran like a 4.2 or something like that. But yeah, I think he compliments neighbors
yeah, that's all
well
he can
because
do.
yeah, yeah, I think he compliments neighbors well. He's kind of like just the speedster take it over the top, and neighbors he can do everything on the field. I think he's gonna be like a $50 million receiver when it's time for him to re up. But that's gonna be a toss up game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints win that. Is Russell Wilson still starting this game?
I believe so.
Okay.
To me, starting the whole season, but we'll see.
Okay.
I think he's gonna finish. I think he's gonna finish out the year as a starter.
Okay. We got the New England Patriots, Drake May, second year, Lord Draco. New coach, Mr. Mike Vrabel, is back at his alma mater, his
Mm-hmm.
his home team. What do you got this? This could be a toss-up one too. A lot of people have the Patriots as sleepers this year, winning some games, and some got to make the playoffs. What you think of this game?
Yeah, yeah. It's a toss up for sure, but I'm gonna stick with the Saints in this one. I think if it was in New England, I'd be more inclined to pick New England. But I think
Mm-hmm.
they struggle in the weapon category right now. They don't truly have a cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
Depth there
They,
isn't
got-
the
they, they
best.
got
So
they got Christian
again,
Gonzalez.
they got Christian Gonzalez, but opposite him, like that should be free money. So
He said free
like
money.
this got to be a Rashid Shaheed game in my because
Man, Mike,
Christian gonna be lined up with Olave all day because
see,
he
you know
travels.
Mike
So
Vrabel, Mike Vrabel might take Bill Belichick approach with that cornerback. The cornerback thing Bill Belichick do. Put his number one corner on a number two
mhm.
wide receiver. Um, but yeah, I'm not mad at that. The Patriots don't haven't had weapons. They've been working on that. They got Diggs in there for Drake May. We'll see how he comes back off his injury. Hopefully,
Yeah.
he's not on the boat too often during the season, but we'll see how that works out. What do you
Yeah.
expect? I know this ain't a Patriots pie, but what do you expect from Drake May this year?
Gonna be better. I mean, he's a top three pick last year. Didn't start the first few weeks, but you saw the flashes.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like they haven't added like super crazy talent around them, but I want to see a little bit of growth, a little bit more confidence in the throws that he can make. I think
Mm-hmm.
sometimes last year he would hesitate on maybe some big money throws and just kind of take the easy thing. And if you want to be one of those quarterbacks, you got to be able to take, I don't want to say risk, but sometimes you got to give your weapons a better chance to make a better play. And so I want to
Yes.
see him be a little bit more aggressive. And to your point, I mean the outside of Buffalo, it's really open, so you could really
Mm-hmm.
sneak in and vie for a playoff spot. So they should
I
be
agree.
better. I just want to see more command from Drake May this year.
Definitely. We facing the number one pick coming off the number three pick. Last year's number one pick in Caleb Williams, guy from USC, Chicago. Road game. It's not going to be snowy around October, I believe, but you never know at Soldier Field. So, where do you have last year's fifth round pick in Rattler versus last year's number one
Mhm.
overall pick in the new coach with Ben Johnson?
It's gonna be the DA revenge game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna say we slip. As I'm looking at it now, I think this is someone we slip because right now what we
4-2.
4-2, we kind of feeling ourselves a little bit because it's like, oh, everybody thought we was gonna be 0-6 around this time and blah 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 blah.
Right.
I think we slip. I think we slip on the road against Chicago.
All right.
And I don't know, is every time we play in Chicago, some crazy stuff always happens. I'm always more comfortable when we playing them in the dome. So I'm
Okay.
gonna have a slip on this one.
All right, gotcha. We're next back at home, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Division rival, division game. Tampa Bay has been getting kind of like the best of the Saints lately with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Where you stand with this game?
I think we win this one. I will tell you, just give a spoiler. I do think we're going to split with Tampa Bay this year, but I'm gonna give us.
All right, so either or game. You think they're gonna split no matter what.
Yeah,
LA Rams. This our did we play them last year?
we played them last year. Yep,
This is our
we
third year
played
in a
them
row
last
playing
year.
them. This is our third year in a row playing them.
I think, yeah, right, or
I
at least
think
3 of the
so.
last 4 years.
Yeah, at least 3 of the last 4. So they stay on the schedule. Matthew Stafford. We
Oh,
don't
it's
know if
4
he's
years in
gonna.
a row because we played them. It's 4 years in a row we're gonna be playing them.
Yeah, man, they keep coming up on our schedule, but we don't know if Matt Stafford will be healthy around this time with that back after he takes some hits that the first 8 weeks. We'll see how his back holds up. And their backup is Tanner McKee. We're gonna call this like Matthew Stafford is playing though, so you can go ahead and make your prediction.
I'm gonna say this. I think Matthew Stafford started to take a little bit of a downfall last year. We know what Puka can do, but he dealt with some injuries last year. Cooper Kupp's not there anymore, but they do have Devontae Adams. This was a game that kind of coming in. I was like, oh, I didn't hesitate. It was kind of like the Buffalo game. Like I didn't even think about it. But like the issue with Matthew Stafford, like I know we saying we gonna ignore it, but it's too much for me not to ignore. Almost because I felt like he wasn't playing his best ball last year, and now knowing that he's dealing with kind of ailing back injury, and this might be his last run, I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one and kind of getting the upset win.
Right, I'm not mad at that. You double back. You have the Saints at 6-3 now. That means his back half of this roster. His back half of this schedule might be loaded with a lot of losses or a mixture of either one, depending on where you going with this. Carolina, do you have a splitting with Carolina and the Falcons? I'm just going whole division right here, so we don't gotta really go over those games.
You know, I was back and forth with it. I think we're gonna sweep the Panthers, put it out. And out of respect for the rivalry, I always have us splitting with Atlanta. So you can call it a split with the Falcons.
I got you. So you got us going 4-2 in the division. Okay. So the last year the Carolina Panthers got Dennis Allen fired. And so losing to them, you might get fired. So please don't lose to them, Kellen Moore. Granted, they're not going to be as bad as they were last year around the time that the Saints played them, because I think they were on like a consecutive game losing streak when they beat us. So your guy Bryce Young is trying to. This kind of is going to be his make it or break it year. I think this year he turned on a lot of people. He turned on a lot of people at the end of the season. Kind of after he played us, he kind of turned his game up a little bit. So, and that I think that brought him a lot of good grace around the league and in Carolina. So they're gonna check him out for one more year. If not, they'll be drafting a quarterback next year. You already said we'll split with the Falcons. So let me count the wins. We had six. Hold on,
7.
2-0. You went 2-2. No, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2. Beat the Bears 5-2. Lose the Tampa Oh, we lost to the Bears. All right, 5-3. Then lost to Tampa Bay, 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a split. Beat the Rams, 6-4. Beat Carolina twice. That's 8-4. Split with the Falcons, 9-5. Tampa Bay, 10-5. All right, Dolphins. We are to the Dolphins. We at 10-5 right now.
Yeah, that's a spoiled trip to Miami, but
You kind of broke up a little bit. Repeat that again, Trey.
you get spoiled when you're in Miami.
Say, man, one great thing about Miami is you can have fun even when you lose.
Yeah.
And guess what, man? NBA season gonna be on around that time. I can catch me a Heat game.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna lose that game, I guess. 10-6. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking about the back end of the schedule is pretty weak. Depending on where Matthew Stafford gonna be, Tua, is he gonna be healthy? We got the
He could be
Panthers twice.
That's
Yeah, we got the Panthers twice. We got the Falcons twice. I don't look at the Falcons as nothing huge. They have Michael Penix. He's a second-year quarterback, and I don't see as much attention on the Falcons for having a second-year quarterback as like for other teams, at least for the same. Maybe because he was a shocking pick in the first round last year. But hey, I don't know. But we're at 10-6 now, and 2 games are left. No, that can't be right.
I mean, you split like you already counted the division games in your.
Yeah, but that
was
means
going
I'm finishing with 18 games. I'm wrong. So maybe
You
we
sure? Let me
10-7
see.
right now. See,
You should be 10-7. Let me see. I'll go back. I know exactly how I'm gonna do it. So let me see. I had us 2-2 in the first 4.
Right.
Let's go 2-4-3, 5-3.
Yeah, that's 2-2 in both for the first
10-3,
section.
7-3. 8-3, 8-4, 8-5, 8-6. And I had 2 wins over the Panthers. So that's 10-6. I mean, if you just scrambling, so
all right, so you got the Jets next.
we're 10. Well, we're 10. Yeah, we're
10-5.
they're 10-5. Yeah.
All right, so 2 losses against the Falcons, a loss to the Bears, a loss to the Bills, and a loss to San Francisco. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right, got you. All right, yeah, that's All right, we online then. All right. Jets. Justin Fields. First full year starting. Where a team says you are our starter. Without trying to I guess backdoor him and get him out of there. Where do you see this team at? They won. How many games did they win last year? What, 8? No, they lost. They won more games with Zach Wilson than they did with Aaron Rodgers last
year. Yeah.
So
I don't remember the record that shit. It wasn't good.
The bar is pretty low for Justin Fields to beat last year's Aaron Rodgers disaster. So, hey, Aaron Glenn over there first year. Where do you see this game going?
A noon kickoff on the East Coast looks like. I'll take the Jets in this one.
You say the Jets?
Yeah, I'll take the Jets in this one.
December 21st, cold weather will be there in New York. Oh, that's at home. I'm sorry. That's at home. I'm sorry.
No, we play New York in New York. Oh no, we don't. Is that away? That's away. But yeah, we play them at home. But I tell them I'd give it to the Jets for now.
Okay. And
then I have us and us beating the Titans.
You got us beating the Titans?
Mm-hmm.
This is man, y'all see this for the people who are watching. Trey has the Saints with 12 wins.
Is that 12 wins? Let me go back and
12
look. Let me
wins.
see.
Arizona, that's a
That's a
win.
lot.
San Francisco, that's a
1-1,
loss. Seattle, that's a win.
1-1,
Buffalo, that's a
two
loss.
and
That's 2 and
one,
2. 2
two
and
and
2 on the
two.
first 4. Giants, 3 and 2.
Okay.
Patriots, 4 and 2. Chicago, 4 and
Uh-huh.
3. Tampa Bay,
Uh-huh.
5 and 3. Rams, 6 and
Okay.
3. Carolina,
Uh-huh.
7 and 3. Falcons,
Mm-hmm.
8 and 3. Dolphins,
Mm-hmm.
8 and 4. Tampa Bay,
Mm-hmm.
8 and 5. Panthers,
Mm-hmm.
9 and 5. Jets, 10
Mm-hmm.
and 5. Tennessee,
No, I had us
11
losing
and
to the
5.
Jets.
All right,
I had us
Jets,
losing to the
10 and
Jets.
6. 10 and 6. Tennessee, 11 and 11 and 7. Is that it right? 10 and 6? Oh no, 11
Wait,
and
hold on.
6.
You hold on. You guys start. Hold on. Let me go. We gotta
No,
start from. We gotta
Tennessee,
start
11 and
start over
6.
again.
Oh, all right. You got us with 11 wins because you got the Falcons with 11 wins. But go
And
ahead and make
honestly,
sure.
that's and kind of going in, I had us at 10-7, but then I switched the Rams pick because I gotta think about Matthew Stafford. It's hard for me not to. So the way I had to a win, and and I flipped some things where I thought was win losses, like
And
so.
and you know how the NFL works. The Saints will lose a game that you think they will win. Granted, I don't see no games on the schedule where I think the Saints will be a favorite. I think they won't be a favorite in none of these games. Maybe Carolina.
Favored this.
Maybe Carolina, maybe Tennessee, maybe the Jets. Other games, I
Mm-hmm.
think they'll be the underdogs against all these other teams. Now, if the Rams don't have Matthew Stafford, hey, they might be the favorite, but still, they might not be the favorite. The NFL and their eyes makers, they might look at Tanner McKee and see him as no, not him, the backup for
No, they
Matthew
had
Stafford.
Jimmy
Is it
G.
Stetson Bennett? Huh?
It's Jimmy G.
Oh yeah, Jimmy G. Then Stetson Bennett. Yeah, I'm sure they're not Tanner McKee plays for the Eagles out there. I'm all type of brain fart.
Yep.
But 11 wins for Trey. I'm not going 11 wins. Max wins.
All right, what you going?
Max wins. I'm going is 8. Max wins.
Okay. 8 max. Okay.
That's max. My prediction: Saints are going to win 5 to 6 games. And a horrible season is 0 to 3. 0 to 3 wins will be a horrible season. That might be enough to get us to a top 3 pick.
Okay.
We haven't had a 0-win team in how long? Since what?
Yeah, we've never had a
Browns?
0-win team. Are you talking
No,
about the
not
NFL?
us in the NFL. The Browns or the Lions? I know the
Lions, I
Lions
think.
was
It was the
the
Lions.
who? The Lions.
The
Yeah, with
Lions,
Matthew
right?
Stafford. Yeah, with Matthew Stafford. They got him. So
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna win 0 games. Obviously, I don't know how Kellen Moore. He might survive that, but depending on how it looks, if we win 0 games, man, the bags are gonna
Yeah,
be
he
in
might
San Fran.
resign. He might be like, "Look, y'all, I didn't know y'all was
Hey,
that bad, dog. I'm going back to
man,
Philly."
the Superdome will have be full with bags. And
Man.
we're gonna know pretty soon, like how many what we're looking at with these wins with the Saints, with these first 6 games, because we got a mixture of like not great teams. We got a great team with the Bills.
Yep.
Arizona is a middling to below average team over the past few years.
Yep.
San Francisco, they're a good team when healthy. Seattle, we don't know what Darn. We don't know what we're gonna get from them. The Giants, they're okay. We'll see how Russell plays with them. The Patriots, they're trying to rebuild based coming off Tom Brady. We trying to rebuild coming off Breeze. So it's not like we got a super hard schedule like coming out. In the back end of our schedule is pretty light depending on how you look at our division opponents. But the Jets, Tennessee, Carolina twice, Falcons twice with young quarterbacks. I think the Saints, they have an opportunity to, hey, if we get some good quarterback play and guys play up to their expectations, I think they can sneak in. I say max 8, but I can see a little 9-win team getting into this a little wild card, because the
Mm-hmm.
NFC South, nobody ever separates themselves, no matter how bad
Yeah.
this division is. Like where the Saints can be bad, but hey, they'll always be 2 games out of the first seed in the NFC South. Like no matter how it is, like
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay gonna lose a game they supposed to lose. They supposed to win the Falcons, and we know what they do. They lose games they supposed to win all the time. So in
Yep.
dramatic fashion. But y'all see on the schedule, man. Trey got us at 11 wins. I got us at max 8, maybe a 9. I might sneak in a 9, depending how week 1 look. But hey, I got us at 8 all the way, but my realistic is 6. But I got us
Yeah,
at
and I'd
8
say
as the ceiling.
realistic.
Yeah.
I'd probably
11 is your ceiling.
say 8.
Okay.
11 my ceiling. Realistic 7 to 8. I'm really leaning 7 and 10 as being more realistic
Okay. And I ain't mad at that.
this year.
I'm 6 and 11 with it. Oh man, ceiling is 8 and 9. So we're not too far off. Trey's ceiling is higher than mine, but his realistic is right there around mine. So y'all let us know what y'all think of the scheduling. What y'all expect from Spencer Rattler? What's your stat line on Spencer Rattler if he plays all 17?
If he plays all 17,
Yep.
I'm say about 3,200 passing yards.
Damn. So that
Say
means we ain't have
24
us.
touchdowns. 24 touchdowns, 24 passing touchdowns. I give him another 3 on the ground. So 27 total. And I do about 13 picks. It's like a 2-1.
13.
Yeah, 13 picks. Hey,
Damn.
bro, we starting to say you're a quarterback. Like, what you mean? Like, I ain't about to give him single digits. If he has single digits interceptions, he's either on some Aaron Rodgers type shit, or we passing the ball 10 times a game.
See. I can see Kellen Moore running the ball a lot there. He's gonna be feeding that barrage of running backs, but I think that's a first stat line for the man. With that
What you
stat line
got? What
though,
you got?
if he plays 17 games, we're going about 3,800 yards.
Okay.
Um, and we're gonna go. I would say I like that touchdown number you around about 24. I'll say about 24 to 26. And cool rushing touchdown. That's fine. He'll get a couple RPOs, probably like a little preseason 2-point conversion
Yeah.
like he did. I can see him running in a couple like that. 2 to 3 rushing
Yeah.
touchdowns. I can see I like your stat line, but I'll say this. It depends on how Kellen calls the game. Are we going to be
Okay.
passing the ball? Is he going to be protecting a quarterback, or is he going to let him throw the ball? I assume we're going to be down in these games, a good bunch of these games.
Good
And I
point.
think we're going to pass the ball, but I still think Kellen is going to stick to that run. But if we can't run the ball, man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough on us if we can't run the ball, man.
I'm gonna say it like this: Kellen Moore led an offense last year that ran the ball the least amount of time, or that passed the ball the least amount of time in the entire league, and that's with a guy like Jalen Hurts, who I think is a top 5 quarterback in the league.
And that's
So,
what AJ Brown and Devontae
and
and
Devontae
Dallas
Smith,
Goddard.
right?
So
Right. Well, okay. I'm looking at Spencer Rattler's stats. So when the 7 games he played in, obviously 6 of those being starts, he had 1,300 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, to 5 picks.
What was his attempts? Do you see the passing attempts?
228 attempts.
So
So
7 divided by 228. Let me put that in the
that's
calculator.
3. That's like 32, which is a lot for a rookie to be
So
passing.
32,
By the
yeah.
way, so I think he's gonna probably be somewhere 20 to 25. I think if we approaching 30, it's because we really
We're
just not
down.
running the ball or we behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, about 32 times a game he passed the ball.
All right.
Let me.
I can see. I can see that.
I'm about to see these preseason. Let me go look and see these preseason stats.
Yeah, I know they didn't pass a lot in the preseason at all, but I
So yeah,
definitely.
he passed the ball 43 times in the preseason,
Yeah, that's not nothing.
and virtually played a half of football.
Yeah, each
So
game. Yeah.
like each
Uh,
game.
Yeah. So I think it's all gonna be on Kellen, man. If he's around throwing the ball
Mm-hmm.
25 times a game, I think that's a good number. I think we have the big
Mm-hmm.
players on the outside to make
Mm-hmm.
plays. I think we have Kamara, Kendra, all our running backs, including Devin Neal and Bailey Jones, who made the roster, can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they're going to
That's
be
true.
his safety nets. They're going to be his safety nets. We're going to see a lot of screens, a lot of little bubbles. Our weakest our tight end room is super weak. So we're not gonna have a big body to rely on in the middle of the field unless some of these guys show us something.
But we got that
Um,
Bailey dude from Denver, 6'5". So
he's a wide receiver, but he's not gonna
right.
be in. He's not gonna be in on every package. I'm assuming.
That's a
And
good point.
I want to. Cedric Wilson made this roster for blocking ability. He made this roster for blocking ability.
Yeah.
Man,
That very Traquan Smith again, maybe not.
yes, he made this roster on his ability to run block. I think I didn't see a highlight from Cedric Wilson this whole preseason. Man, we could go back to last season. I didn't see a highlight from Cedric Wilson in the Reese season.
He had one catch. Remember, he didn't get his first catch like week
6 or something
last season.
Yeah,
and he
we
wasn't
talked
hurt.
about it on the pod. He was not hurt.
Right, like bro, that was like games. But Chris Olave and Rashisha, he was never used to get a catch, bro.
Bro, Marcus Valdez came in and led the Saints in receiving. Our leading receiver had 424 yards. 424 yards last year. And that was with Cedric Wilson on the squad the whole year. So when I see him make the roster, man, I said, oh Jesus. I said that could have been a Dante Pettis play. Man.
That wait, hold on. Let me see.
You trying to pull his stats up?
I'm trying to pull his stats. So last year he had 20 catches in 15 games played, 20 catches on 27 targets, 200 yards, one touchdown. One touchdown. Let me look at this game. I can see when he got his first catch. But okay, so first 2 weeks he didn't even get a target.
Yes.
Week 3 against Philly, he got one target. Went another 2 weeks without a target. Had 3 targets against Tampa Bay. Remember, that's a game. Chris Olave got injured like the first snap. Rashisha, he did play. The most targeted he had been was against Denver, where he got his first touchdown. 6 catches on 7 targets. And then just a bunch of zeros and ones after that, bro.
Crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Oh, bro.
Hey. That means to me he was locked into the roster the whole time because he didn't show anything in the preseason.
Yeah. Had to be. 6 catches, 53 yards in the preseason. Had to be that.
Yeah, but that was man. That I had to tell you that, man. That caught my eye badly, man. He caught it. Dante Pettis deserved that spot, man. We could have put Cedric Wilson on that practice squad, but we'll see on the first week if he's suited up. But he's really on this team to run block. So that's what I got, man. You got that's all I got for today, man. I'm sorry I ended with that comment, y'all, but please. Any other comments for the people, Trey, before we get out of here, man?
Man, enjoy the year, but can we not have this? I don't know how the NBA culture of liking players more than the team into this fan base, but like we gotta get that out. We gotta enjoy the team. We gotta get behind Spencer Rattler while he in. We gotta get behind Tyler Shuck if he ends up coming in. Gotta get behind some of these guys, especially these young guys, because we begged for it, right? We wanted youth movement, and youth movement means you're gonna get pissed off a lot more times than when you got veterans, because we're gonna see a bunch of mistakes and all that. So it's okay. Like to your point, like, you was like, I'm gonna be mad watching the losing because be mad. We want to win. But when we kind of get back to these talking points, writing on Twitter and all that type of stuff, remember, this is a young team, and they gonna look the part, and it's all right. Just as long as they don't look like it forever. Let's have some type of development. Like I want to be seeing the same mistakes from week 1 in week 10. Like,
Yeah,
show me
I
something.
agree.
So
I agree, you guys. And it doesn't matter if you like Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shucks. Whoever the quarterback, root for him. That's it. If you like Shuck and Spencer won the job, it doesn't matter. Root for the guy who started. I'm kind of was investing in the Rattler experience, so I was happy when he won the job. But if he's not doing it correctly, he's not doing a good job, and Shuck comes in and win, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, but Rattler. Kind of like y'all did with Andy Dalton and Winston, but we're gonna let that go. But that's all I'm saying. Root for our quarterback, root for the team, man. We want the Saints to win. That's all I'm saying. This is the Bayou Ballers podcast, man. We came back first episode post summer. And we went an hour long, brother. We'll see y'all on the next time. Hopefully we'll be talking to y'all after a win or before a win with the Cardinals. And we out.